last couple of weeks, Crane hosted Purdy, and they lost to Purdy by a score of 13-1. Then Crane got a win against Forsyth to go to 4-8 on the year by defeating Forsyth by a score of 11-3. Then Crane also got another loss to undefeated Morrisville by falling to Morrisville by a score of 8-1. Crane was also postponed against Cassville and New Covenant. That was supposed to be on Saturday. Then Crane returned to the Diamond at Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium by hosting Sparta, and they got their first SWCL win against Sparta by a score of 12-2. Then the Pirates went up to Dade County to take on the Dadeville Bearcats, and they tamed the Bearcats by a score of 15-8. Coach Harmon, what was the initial ingredient that you had going into the last couple of weeks with Purdy, Forsyth, Morrisville, Sparta, and Dadeville?
Well, last week we knew we had a tough schedule ahead of us. We had a 5-game and 4-day stretch, and because of rain we only played 3 of those games, but 2 of those 3 were against state-ranked teams. Purdy, number 4 in the state, come in and had a big first inning, and we weren't able to recover there. And then Morrisville on Friday, they're number 6 in the state currently, and just fell behind again and lost that one 8-1. And then the Forsyth game, a former SWCL rival, we came out and we played really well against some of their better pitchers, and we took care of our business. We hit the ball well that night, pitched it well, and our defense still needs work. We've got to improve our defense. And then carried over into this week against Sparta. Still struggled defensively, but we pitched it extremely well and hit the ball well. And then once again, also against Dadeville, scrappy little team that, small school, not many kids in the school, but they got some baseball players, only 10 players on their roster, and all 10 of them can play a little bit. They hit the ball well, hit the ball over the field well, pressured us, and ended up pulling that one out 15-8.
Pressure held out, and it gave Crane the 15-8 win. And we got to talk about those advantages. What are the advantages that you've seen from those 5 games against, once again, Purdy, Forsyth, Morrisville, Sparta, and Dadeville?
Well, in the 3 wins, and even the Morrisville loss, I felt like we pitched it well. And then in all 3 wins, we hit the ball much better than we have been. We're having better approaches at the plate and doing some of the things that we've been working hard to get the guys to buy into, and it feels like they're finally able to do that. And then, we have to continue to do that. We got to improve. The question I ask after every game is, did we get better tonight? And we get an honest yes or no answer from the group, and we move on from there.
Move on from there is the key, and now we have to move on to the other side of the advantages. You're now 6-9 on the year. We got to talk about those disadvantages. What are the disadvantages that you've seen from, once again, the games against Purdy, Forsyth, Morrisville, Sparta, and Dadeville?
It's the defense. The defense has killed us in some games, and people that don't understand the game, they might see a mistake, and they say, oh, well, they didn't score, so it's no big deal. But every error you make, that's more pitches your pitcher has to throw, more pitching changes you have to make, and things like that. So, we've got to shore up the defense. Tomorrow we're going to have a full defensive practice. We're not even going to swing the bats. We're going to put some pressure on the kids and try to make them better.
Making better is the key. And now about those corrections, and let's talk about one game. You were taking on Dadeville tonight, which was not at Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium, but at Dadeville, and kind of a unique ballpark to be there at Dadeville. Kind of tell me about what the advantages and disadvantages were playing at Dadeville tonight.
Well, it's a definite home field advantage for them. They, it's just an odd-shaped field, short porch in right field, normal size in the left field side, a slope down the right field side. It's a tough hill. We had some inexperienced right fielders that struggled catching balls. When you're running on a hill trying to track a ball, and every step you're either getting higher or lower, and your eye level moves, it's kind of hard to track a ball. And those are excuses, but it was reality there. And it's just some of those things we got to continue to get better at. But you really you can't practice for that. We can't go out and find a hill somewhere and hit fly balls and try to track them down. You just got to play to it when you get there. So I feel like it's an advantage for Dadeville, and they do a good job of taking advantage. They practice there every day, and they take advantage of what they can.
They do take advantage at what they can. And now as we move on, about a month from now is going to be the district tournament. Where are your districts going to be? Who's going to be in your district? Where do you guys think you'll be seated come district time?
Well, the district we get to host, so we'll be played at Crane this year. Right now it's scheduled for May 11th, 13th, and 14th. And the teams in our district will be Purdy, Billings, Crane, Wheaton, Pierce City, and Southwest. And, as to where we'll be seated, obviously we're not going to get the 1 seed because we've already lost to Purdy, and they've pretty much been beating up on everybody. But I think the 2 seed's up for grabs. We've beaten Pierce City. We don't play Wheaton, but we have Southwest and Billings coming up. If we can win both of those, I feel like we're probably the 2 seed. But if we drop either one or both of those, we could be as low as the 4 or 5 seed.
Definitely can if you can drop against Billings and Southwest and be a lower seed, but you win against Billings and Southwest, and you could be the 3 or the 2 seed. So, would you be happy that you guys are the 3 seed or the 2 seed, or would you be saying like, I wish we were the 2 seed if you got the 3 seed?
Well, in today's setup that we have with a 6-team district, there's 2 byes, so really the 2 seed's huge compared to the 3 seed. The 3 seed has to play a first-round game, and even if it happens to be a team that you should beat, it's still a game you have to play. You gotta burn a pitcher. There's always that risk of injury or anything like that can happen in a game, or you can be knocked off by a lower-seeded team. So the 2 seed, we were able to get that last year, and we were able to play that into a district championship game. So getting that 2 seed is a big deal. So we got to try to take care of our business next week and see what we can do.
Take care of the business. And you guys do play those 2 teams of Southwest and Billings. Southwest will be here at Crane. That's going to be the next game next Monday. And then Billings will be in the Christian County Panhandle. And so what will the corrections be made against Southwest and Billings?
Once again, the defense. We've just got to get better defensively. You play on a field like Billings, it's a smaller field, and you make an error or 2, and then pitcher makes a mistake, and they hit a home run, and it's a 2 or 3 run game. You just got to, limit the damage everything you can and save pitches for your pitcher and save frustrations.
Also, kind of add on to the schedule, you're going to be going to U.S. Ballpark down in Ozark, the former home of the Ozark Mountain Ducks, as well as now the current home for the Drury Panthers. Kind of telling me about who you guys will be playing at U.S. Ballpark, which will be next Wednesday, we believe, and who you play, and also look further down the schedule. About 2 Tuesdays from now, you'll host another former SWCL member, and who will be the former SWCL member, and who will you guys play at U.S. Ballpark in Ozark?
U.S. Ballpark in Ozark, we will play Licking, who we played in the fall, and they come in and handed us a loss on our field. They're a very talented team, great coach, and Coach Antle. And we've got our work cut out for us, especially at following 2 district opponents. And then here in a couple weeks, we do play former SWCL rival Clever at our place. That'll be our final home game before the district. And we just tough schedule. We've played tough so far, and it's going to be even tougher as we go along.
Is there any final words you have to say to the coaches from Purdy, Forsyth, Morrisville, Sparta, and Dadeville? And also kind of tell me about the Hartville tournament. When will you guys make up the Hartville tournament for your 3rd place game against Marionville?
We haven't set a date yet. We haven't really been in contact with Hartville since the day that we played. Worst case, I guess the Marionville game that we play the regular season could count as the Hartville tournament as well. We'll just kind of see how things play out. But the coaches from last week and this week, great guys, great coaches. We have great coaches in our conference, which we're fortunate, and then we have great coaches in the area, and I always try to schedule a tough schedule against tough opponents, but then I try to schedule against good coaches. And if we can do that, playing good competition makes you better, and playing good coaches makes you better. And I just, all these guys that we faced recently are good coaches and, good competitors.
That will wrap up our show for today. We hope you enjoyed our show. We hope you enjoyed us sitting down with the head coach of the Crane Pirates, Coach Bryan Harmon. If you'd like to stay connected with the Crane Pirates through their social media, be sure to like them on Facebook. Also follow them on Twitter. Their Twitter is at Crane_Coach. Once again, that's Crane_Coach on Twitter. And also check out their website. Their website is at crane.k12.mo.us, if I'm correct. And if you'd like to stay connected with Ozark Sports Report through our social media, be sure to like us on Facebook. Also follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and check out our website. Our website is ozarksportsreport.wixsite.com/ozarksportsreport. One final time, I want to thank head coach Bryan Harmon for sitting down with us from the Crane Pirates to recap the last 2 weeks in the Crane Pirate season. For one final time, I'm Adam Smith from the Ozark Sports Report saying, have a good day, everybody.